Hey, it's Magnus here. Yes, this is another video, but it's probably going to be the last video of me answering your questions. If you've not watched the previous video or the video from around about a week ago, I said, hey look, ask any question you want in the comments below, and if I receive it in the first 24 hours, I will reply, and that's what I'm doing. This is part 3. The first part was half an hour, the second part was about 20 minutes I think, and this will, be at least the same again, I think, maybe more. And then that will be it. I didn't realize there was going to be so many questions, but I'm going to answer them because I said I would. So, and I kind of enjoy it, to be honest. So we'll just get straight into it. Can I please get a free spinner? I'll do anything, I'm broke, this is my only chance. No. Can I have your freaky fidget spinner? No. How will you retain your bearing in your spinner? Got a fairly original idea, just got to test the concept. It's I think it's quite clever, I came up with it, and different to I think most others out there. Do you like waffles, French toast and or pancakes? Yes, all of the above. If so, can you wait or not wait to get a mouthful of it? This is a song, but I feel this is a good time to ask anyway. Okay, yes, weird, okay. Hello, can you give me a shout out? Instagram, hunter.w13. Done. Can you give Zach A 2017 a shout out because he posts regularly and is good? Done. Have you ever been to Arkansas? Nope. Talk about bearing sizes, please. Kind of not really a question, like a command. I'm going to use R188 bearings. That's pretty much all I can say on that. What is your favourite $10 to $15 spinner? I don't even know of any spinners that, I don't even look at that kind of price range. It's just not my thing. Are you going to do the yo-yo? That would be cool. I think I answered that. Yes, we'll be doing it at some point, I think. Pretty sure. What other CNC machines have you considered? How big do you want to grow your company? What would you do if you owned a Daishin as seen here? I should have clicked on the link. The Daishin, I'm not sure. I'm assuming it's a big CNC machine maybe. I'll have to skip that unfortunately. How big do you want to grow your company? Not so much size, more I've got a certain way I want to run it, a sort of, not loads of people, but sort of fewer people, but more machines, more automated, that kind of thing, but producing really high quality stuff like I'm doing now, but just sort of pushing the boundaries, keeping things simple, just doing the complete opposite to what's happened in the last few decades of, if it can be made cheaper, it's made cheaper, if it can be made in bigger volume, it's made in bigger volume, and it's, little rant here. I'm driving along and I see storage places, storage places, storage places. That never used to exist. What's with all this stuff? I am ruthless in my own trying to sort of not have stuff in my house, and I still have stuff in my house. It's tough. So I'm trying to push on having way less stuff. Just everyone should have a tenth of what they have, but have good stuff, the best stuff. That's what I'm trying to do, that's what I'm trying to sort of focus on and, weave my way through, and yeah, I hope you get the idea. Will you make spinners that will be cheaper than $100 or $50 because I am poor and I really can't afford a $50 to $100 spinner? P.S. You are an awesome guy and keep up what you have done. Don't let negativity bring you down. Thank you for the message. It's unlikely, I can't see me ever doing a spinner less than $100, but you never ever know. The negativity never brings me down. In fact, believe it or not, when I get negative comments, I find them funny, and I sometimes will show people, hey, look at this guy's saying this about my big head, and it's funny. It doesn't bring me down in the slightest. I'm having fun, I enjoy my business, all that sort of stuff. There is no negativity. It's only negativity if you let it in, which never happens. How are you doing, Magnus? Just want to know. Doing pretty well, thank you. Will you be making a keychain slotted and Phillips screwdriver, in titanium of course, one piece design, not two pieces for each type? I've thought about doing screwdrivers before. I think I would have done them a while ago, but what I'm doing now, I don't know if it really ties in with what I'm doing, but I'll keep it in mind, put it that way. Make a paper fidget spinner? No, not really my thing. Can you make a video about what you film on? I'm assuming you mean on like the camera and stuff. Yeah, I'll do that sometime. I'm just about to change some camera gear, a couple of new cameras, kicking out the old cameras, so I'll do it then, I think. A few repeats here. Have you ever thought of doing some prototype item giveaways as a means to promote your YouTube channel and increase subscribers / views? I've been asked a lot, I did consider it, but I think the return just isn't worth it. Like, I don't, like does it really make a big difference? Does anyone have experience? Can you tell me? I just don't think giveaways make a big difference, not in my experience. I've done $2,000 giveaways, like $2,000 worth of product given away, and not on YouTube but something else, and yeah, I didn't like doing it really, and I don't think it made much of a difference to my business. And then he went into this question went on to just say a few reasons why I should do it. What city / town do you live in? I live in Wellington. The reason I ask you this is because you have told us in prior videos that you live in NZ, and I can see a Pahutakawa tree in the background. Please answer. That's a Pahutakawa tree right there. Little known, that's like the New Zealand Christmas tree. The reason for that is you can see a bit of red on it. That's, you know, it's getting into winter, there's almost no red, but they get really red, and it's kind of like the Christmas tree, because Christmas in New Zealand obviously is like the middle of summer, so we get that. It's a green tree and it has loads of red, so red, green, Christmas. That's my theory anyway, I think that's what it is. I currently live in Loupe, which is a really small town, near Whakatane, which is a bigger town, but I'm moving to the new workshop, which is in Tauranga. Actually it's in Mount Maunganui, but they're kind of the same place, sort of. Two towns next to each other. Try making a knife. Yes, that is on the cards. How long have you been doing this? Around about, yeah, YouTube 1 year, making stuff 3 years. Why spinners? Why not really? I think I answered that, but yeah, just they're popular. I'm in business. I make high quality stuff. Why not make high quality spinners? What existed prior to the Big Bang? Lol, sorry, I couldn't resist. From what I understand, there was nothing. Like, there was just that, and that's what scientists are attempting to figure out. It's a tough one. Have you talked with your CNC guy about your end mill issues? He could be valuable. Yeah, I could. It's kind of tough because I'm doing way slower speeds, different kind of machining. Like, he's just like way over there in what he's doing. And there's more than enough information online and that kind of thing. Like, if I'm going to go to him with something, I want to go to him with a really good question that sort of really utilises his expertise and his knowledge, because he's really sort of like a master of his craft. And so I don't want to go in with I don't want to go to him with like simple basic questions that I could get elsewhere if I ask someone else or research that kind of thing. Do you have a preference between bi or tri spinners? I think bi just now. It's been a while since I've spun one because I've been doing tri ones recently, but there's just something nice and fidgetable about the bi spinners. How often do you shave your head and face, and is it always both at the same time? Keep the beard for a while. Yeah, I probably won't keep the beard for a while. It gets itchy, that's the thing, and it looks terrible. I mean, I'm not the most attractive guy, but a beard, a scraggly beard makes you look even worse. Yes, done at the same time and on average once a week. Funny questions you people ask. Do you prefer R188 or 608 bearings? What will your spinners have? I kind of answered that before. R188, of course, and that's what I prefer, and that's what my spinners will have. Water time. Sorry for all the noise and stuff. There's cars going past. There's a water blaster thing over there. People hosing down their fence. And this camera's broken, part of the reason for getting a new one. The microphone doesn't work. Some of them use the built-in microphone, which is never good. Can't use my ordinary shotgun mic. Magnus, what does it take to work for your company? I'm from Australia and I'm 15. I don't really have any employees yet. I'm not sure when I'm going to get my first one. I don't know. I mean, maybe if you're traveling, you know, and you're passing through New Zealand and you have like a working holiday thing, you know, which you'd have to be at least 18 for anyway, then, you know, there might be something, you know, just like a little bit of part-time work. I'm just sort of throwing that out there in case there's anyone out there that's in that position. If you could be a brand of mayonnaise, what brand would you be? It's not a joke, I really want to know. You seem like a Hellmann's kind of guy. It is Hellmann's, but I think that's purely for the reason that that's what I grew up with. Like, that was the main brand we had in the house that we bought. And so when you grow up with it, you get used to it. And, you know, if I'd grown up here in New Zealand, there might have been a different brand and that would have been what I would have. So it's kind of just provincial, what you're used to. Hi Magnus, what are your tips? I'm just trying to understand this question. Hi Magnus, what are your tips to prevent cold welding / galling in titanium threads, which is when you open and close the titanium pen? Do you use different products for threads that are opened frequently, titanium flashlights, and those that are only opened every few months for refills, i.e. pens? I've not done any flashlights or anything, and I've only done very fine threads, and you know, I've just done tons of stuff on that, and for some reason it just doesn't happen. You know, we do a bit of tumbling. I don't know if the threads, can't remember how the tumbling process works. Maybe we do tumbling on the threads and it strengthens them, but never really experienced any galling for what I've done, so yeah, can't really answer that so much. Would you make a spinner out of titanium that had tungsten / zirconium, brass, copper weights? I like weighted spinners. I want you to make one. Tungsten most likely. I don't think I'd use brass or copper or anything like that. Yeah, I might do. I'll think about it. Have you tried CAD/CAM Fusion 360? No, but I will be soon. Last meal? Pasta, avocado, and a bread roll. 4 hours ago. Can I send you spinner patterns for you to freely prototype if you like the design? No strings attached. Yes, of course. As I've probably said a few times before, I can't buy designs or anything. I've got more designs than I know what to do with, so that's not really possible. But you know, you can send them in, no problem. That'd be great, in fact. Thank you. Give us some information about your design spinner that you're actually going to sell. And I believe a lot of us have been waiting for the day you actually make your own buttons and bearings for your spinner, since you've only been using the one from NTO Designs. Most of us also want to see the prototype come to life alongside with your new bearings, and it's cut off. So sorry. Actually, it's not. It's just cut off itself. It's not me cutting it off. Yes, just. There's not much I can say really that I haven't said already in these questions, and if you just sort of keep watching the latest videos, that really is the best thing to do. Sorry, that's like the best I can do today. How often do you spend time with your family and holidays when we see you in your workshop every day? You definitely don't see me in my workshop every day. Like today, for instance, I have spent the entire day with my son. I've got him all this week, which is why the videos aren't that great this week, if I'm honest. So yeah, I get my son for 2 to 3 days every 2 weeks on average. I get him, I get him for a week every couple of months or thereabouts, just depends on holidays. My dad's over visiting just now. My family, like my mother and my sister, live back in Scotland. I've not seen them in 5 years, but I phone regularly. So yeah, family's like a really important thing, and I see my son's side of the family, my son's mother's side of the family, big family in this area. I see them, meet them all the time. I'm a big family person. So yeah, you just see, like, when you see a bit of filming, you just see like that bit. There's no point me filming me sitting with my son's grandparents or whatever. Like, that's not of interest to you, so you don't kind of see it. But I think that goes with all sorts of vlogs and people, and what they do, like vloggers. Like, you only see a little snapshot for the most part. How much do you earn a month on average doing what you do? You know what? it completely varies. Like, because I do Kickstarter projects, and you know, I've got some website sales, and like the money peaks like that. It's more interesting like watching my bank balance. It kind of starts going up and then it goes right down, and I'm like, shit, like how am I gonna pay the rent this month? And you know, that's where it's at. I'm still trying to get a handle on cash flow 3 years into business, and it's still a really tough thing, I find. So you know, there's no earnings as such like a salary. It's all whatever comes in, whether it's like, let's say 1,000, or whether it's 10 times that, 10,000, whatever comes in, you know, in one lump, it's just straight back out again. It's paying invoices and stuff like that. So there really isn't an earnings when you're doing a business, especially like this. Water break. You talked about doing a limited run of the super chunky spinner at a high price point to offset the small production size. Would you consider doing that for one of the previous, and then it cut off unfortunately, one of the previous previous spinners I'm assuming you mean. Possibly, it is something I'm thinking about doing. I can't really say any more just because I don't want to say something that, promise something that I can't keep or that I can't do. Will you make your own spinner bearings? Definitely not. Too specialised, it's just one of those things. It's like some things are better. There's just such a poor sort of, there's diminishing gains. Like, it's not worth me doing that. You know, like if I wanted to make something from scratch, let's say, you know, a milling machine, you know, you could buy a milling machine and you could fit motors to it to do it all automatically, but no, you just buy the whole thing in, and so it's kind of like that with making stuff. You know, there's almost always a point at where it's just like it makes no sense, you know, time wise, money wise, financial wise, even like the quality of the product. If I attempted to make bearings, just not set up for it, when you can buy such phenomenal bearings for, you know, reasonable prices and sometimes high prices. Are you thinking of expanding your company to make cheaper and more plentiful products for the buying market? I am expanding my company. It's just growing all the time. That's always the aim. It's just to kind of grow and just increase the quality of the product and the quality of the customer service and that kind of thing. Cheaper, unlikely, no. In fact, I've said it before, I'm going to be making a big jump on the prices on my website. Just business viability. I have to do it. I've got no choice. And more plentiful. Plentiful if you know, if I can do it and people are buying, but not plentiful by making them cheaper and lower quality. No way. There's other people doing that. That's basically it. You know, there's loads of people doing cheap spinners. There was a $4 spinner on Kickstarter, and then a week later there was a $3 spinner. What's the point? You know, like, what's the point in making $1 off something? Even if they make like an infinity profit. Like if they got the spinners for free and sold them, they're making $3 profit or $4. They might make something on shipping, I don't know, but not the market. You don't want to be in the pricing, you don't want to be in the cutthroat, price sensitive business. Well, I don't anyway. A bit of a tangent there. Will you make a bismuth fidget spinner? Showing my ignorance, I have no idea what that is. So maybe someone can tell me what that is, or if I remember to Google it when I get back in. The spinners are so expensive, and just for a better metal. Why? Just watch a bunch of my other videos. I talk about almost every video why I do it. What did you study, or what is your qualification? I actually studied computing and electronics. I got a master's degree, a 5 years master's degree. Never really used it. I mean, it taught me how to study and stuff, but electronics I know nothing about, and software I don't really enjoy. Life's a bit random that way. What is your favourite project? Product, I really don't have one. I think I've said it before, whatever I'm working on at the time is my favourite, and then I sort of cast it aside and get on to the next thing, just like obsessive compulsive focus kind of thing. Can you please do monthly spinner giveaway? Because I'm broke. Keep up the good work. Thank you. I don't know, probably not. What's the brand and model of your water jet cutter? The brand is Omax, but it's an Omax Maxium, and I can't remember. It might be the 0707 or something. It's got a 7 in it, I think. It's the smallest one they do. Still too big for me though. I only just do small stuff. How is life treating you? Enjoying life? Yes, more so than ever. You know, you have up days, down days, but I really enjoy my life. Like, up until about 3 years ago, I really didn't enjoy it, especially in my teens and 20s. I was generally frustrated, and I was a very sort of jealous, envious person, and just, I'll talk more about that another time maybe, but yeah, life is good now, because I've learned a few things, and a few sort of life truths, and like, yeah, it's interesting. Are you going to make a list of answers at the top of the page to all the general questions that are asked time and again? It'll save you a lot of time and effort. Yeah, it probably would have actually, instead of just skipping them. So no, I didn't do that. How much do you spend on just titanium? I'm not sure actually, certainly 5 figures a year. 20, 30,000 a year, something like 10, 20, 30,000 a year. I'm not sure actually. It changes. How long is your penis? You know what? I've never measured it. Do you like chicken? Yes. What do you have for breakfast? Usually nothing. I get up early, edit the video, and then later on I might have something, you know, maybe like a bacon or egg or cereal or something like that. Have you considered expanding your business to North America? Oh, water break. Excuse me. Maybe it was just a fly I swallowed. Where was I? Have you considered expanding your business to North America? I do not have the artistic and functional design skills that you possess, but I can run a business as well as anyone. And sorry I got cut off, I don't have it here. But basically, not really. I mean, I wouldn't physically move there. I'm here in New Zealand. I'm here because my son lives here. That's pretty much it. And so, no, I mean, I ship to North America. I ship to every country in the world. Although some are more harder. Some are tougher to ship to than others, but I do ship to every country. So no, won't be expanding in terms of, you know, a physical presence. Have you ever considered making a titanium spinning top? Yes, just really not prioritized it though. I was thinking of a titanium one with tungsten on the outside. I don't think it's been done, and I think it'd be an awesome thing to do. I want to get a good first spinner. Which one should I get? Of course I'm going to say hold off and get my one, because I believe it's going to be, you know, the best in terms of fidgetability, certainly the first one I launched, so yeah, get that one. But I'm not the best person to ask there. Completely biased, of course. Can you show us more prototypes, carabiners, failed products, projects? Those are always nice to see, and it gives more insight on how your designing process is, and it's very nice to learn from. Yeah, I've got a bunch of failed prototypes. I'll try and do some more of that. It seemed to be quite popular. Have you thought about getting a face cutter so you are not having to face your material with an end mill? Yeah, probably at some point. Basically a face cutter, for those who don't know, it's like, rather than the little end mills the size of my finger going across the top of a bit of titanium, it's just a big wide thing, and it just sort of plows through it. It's just more, it's cheaper and faster and just everything. What are your dimensions of your freaky spinner? I really don't know. I'm not sure. I might have said on the video, maybe not. Have you been laid? You mean in general, or in my life? Got a son, I hope so. Do you think you will ever run out of ideas or lose interest? Won't run out of ideas, they're just everywhere. Like, there's just more ideas than I know what to do with. Lose interest? Possibly. If I did lose interest, I would stop doing it. I don't see it though. I mean, this is the kind of thing I was interested in when I was a teenager, and, you know, growing up, and, you know, I kind of drifted away from it for a long time. But yeah, just metal is something I really enjoy. And more than that, just the business and making stuff as good as I can, that's becoming more interesting. So yeah, but if I lose interest, it could happen. Do you use bearings in your fidget spinners? Yes, of course. Why don't you prototype in cheaper materials before you prototype in titanium? With a CNC machine, because it's more interesting, I think. I'm trying to learn about speeds and feeds and how to cut, so you know, I may as well do that. Plus it's just a lot more fun. I did a little bit of work in aluminium and it just wasn't very interesting. Hi, I have a question, can you shout me out? And that was it. I don't know if there was a question there. Oh, the shout me out was the question. What type of bearings do you use in your spinners? In the prototypes, I use a core from NTO Designs in the past. I will be using R188 bearings for the final design. I just don't know if I'll be offering steel or hybrid, or like ceramic hybrid or full ceramic, or all of the above. So that's still a little up in the air. It's getting really dark now. I don't know if I will finish this. It's taken a while. We'll see how it goes. Can you shout out my channel? No? Will you ever make a budget spinner to out-chase? No, no budget spinner. Why don't you vlog your son very much? He's not really with me that often, and when he's with me I'm just spending time with him, so yeah, it's more like, it doesn't, and usually when I'm doing a video it'll be like in the workshop and I'm trying to show you something, so no particular reason why. I've done it a few times in the past, nobody's really sort of been in there, if you look at previous videos, but no particular reason. Can you make titanium keyrings with cool etched patterns? I can, but it's unlikely I'll do it. In your latest video you said you would only make things out of titanium or other exotic metals. What about a spinner made of tungsten carbide? Well, it would probably just be tungsten, I think, but yeah, that's probably something that's going to happen. How do I make spinners? I can't buy good ones. There's plenty of good ones on the market. Oh, you mean you can't afford them? Sorry, my fault. Just have to make them. I mean, I've definitely shown you more than enough on my channel if you want to make your own, that's for sure. Do you like pizza? Of course. Does anyone not like pizza? Magnus, can I get a shout out? No. Why are you bald? Genetics. Although I shave my head, I mean, I've got a receding hairline, but I shave my head because it's just easy. Why are you interested in this stuff? I've no idea, it's just what I am interested in. Do you have a wife or a girlfriend? Nope, none of those. If you have a wife, do you have any kids? And then in brackets, sex comes before marriage. Interesting perspective. Oh, sorry. Sex comes after marriage. I read it wrong. My mouth said one thing and my brain went the other. Sex comes after marriage. Yeah, interesting perspective. Can you give me one of your prototypes for free? No. Why did you become a YouTuber? Covered that before. Are you tired answering my questions? No, I'm okay. It's interesting. How many of your grandparents and parents are alive? Both my parents are alive. None of my grandparents are alive, unfortunately. Am I answering to... and it got cut off, unfortunately. Magnus. Oh, hey Magnus, what is the meaning of life? I'm on my own search for that one. I really don't have a good answer. How did you get into high-end products? It's just the products I make. I just started with the first product I make the first product I made was titanium, and you know, that's all I've ever made. And you know, focusing on the design and that kind of thing. What did you imagine yourself doing when you were younger? You know what? I really don't know. I don't remember having any aspirations. In fact, you know, like, I didn't know what I wanted to do when I was in school, so I just went to high school. Didn't know what I wanted to do in high school, so I went to uni, just did computing and electronics because obviously the tech boom at the time. Just random. I always envied people who knew exactly what they wanted to do. I mean, I know what I'm doing now, but it took like 20 years. Why are your spinners not on your website? Still in the process of making them. What do you think is the best kind of fidget spinners? I'm really not sure. Just good quality ones, really. Do you have any plans for the future? Non-stop, like half my life is about like where I'm going, where I'm aiming with business, my personal life, all that sort of stuff. Do you like pineapple on your pizza? No, I pick it off and like eat it all before I eat the pizza. It doesn't go for me. Where do I buy bearings in store? Not sure. I like your videos, but you've got to get some spinners made because some people are getting pissed and leaving, so when are they going to be ready? few weeks hopefully. Hard to tell, I've said that for 2 months now, but it really is what I believe. Like that's what it's like, right, I've got this going, I've got this going, my machine's getting back to me, I need to get this to him, and it's been like that for so long. It's like, oh no, this is a delay, this is a delay, this has come up. So like I'm always honest at the time, but I'm just not very good at predicting. How do you get to use all of the equipment? Seems like it belongs to a company. Yes, my company, that's how I get to use it. Please explain why one would mill and not cast. What is the difference? Would a mold not be better for some of these for bulk making rather than milling? Nah, casting is like ugly and chunky and messy. You'd have to mill it afterwards. Even a car engine head and stuff. Car engines that get, you know, they all get cast, but they've got to be machined afterwards for the tolerances and the accuracies and flush fitting and seals and yeah, two completely different things. Why do you like chickens? Now, either that's a random question or I had a video of a chicken up at the station, or down at the station where my son lives, and I said I like chickens. I'm not sure, they're just a bit kind of funny looking. Do you use shampoo? I do actually, even though I don't really have hair. You still wash everywhere, of course. What do you fear the most? I don't know. I really don't know what I fear the most. That's a tough one. Probably need to think more on that. What's your best spinner ever made? I answered that before, just the normal bar spinner that I plan on launching, I think. The fidget spinner you were talking about the other day, about spending $300 on it, will that be happening? Maybe a version of it. Yeah, I'm thinking of doing it, still considering it. Do you prefer any of your spinners than your one that you're making to sell? Do you prefer? No, like the ones I'm making are like the ultimate for me. Like I always make stuff that like I want, so yeah, no, definitely my own ones. Lots of repeats now, which is good because we can just sort of blast through them. Would you ever consider making an aluminium spinner for around $20 US? Definitely not. Loads of repeats, that's kind of good. In a way, I mean I like answering these, it's just it's getting dark and I don't know if I can finish the video, and I really do want to finish the video. How do you think of your ideas to make spinners? I've no idea. I just draw, I just go for a walk or thing. It just, the ideas pop into my head. It's like 50 ideas at any one time. Will you be selling your own buttons? Possibly. What's your opinion on the new Roderick from the Diary of a Wimpy long haul movie? Never seen it. Loads of repeats, unbelievable. Hi Magnus, I am a machinist from Germany. Wanted to ask you why you always dive with the tool right in titanium, like just going straight down. Tried to come in from the outside to the inside so there will be much less scratch marks and your tool will be longer. Good, nice videos anyways. Yeah, the reason for that is lack of experience. I'm just learning it, and I'm like, I wasn't really even aware so much of that. But also, I'm using conversational milling and I'm not choosing where the toolpath goes. It kind of, the machine kind of chooses how it does it itself, so you kind of have to just go with it. And so I just for getting things done for the video, I'm not trying to like do a streamlined process where I'm trying to like tweak everything. So I just kind of blast through it, power through it. Hi Magnus, has your most popular video, The Ultimate Spinner, been cloned on Amazon UK? It's been cloned everywhere. There's like at least half a dozen clones of that spinner. It's funny, people think it's like, oh Magnus, you should do something. No, it's like the people who would buy that clone aren't the type of people that would buy my own sort of high-end titanium one. Can you do more videos on the titanium yo-yo? The spinner stuff needs a break. Possibly, yeah. I'll think about it. Do you like cheese graters? I do actually, they're really good. Get cheese into a completely different form quite easily. It's such a pain to wash though. Oh, it's getting dark. I don't know if we're going to do it. Be interesting. Can you make titanium bullets? Oh, I don't think so. Magnus, why don't you start vlogging? You need to look back a few videos on my channel. There's tons of vlogs there, so it's kind of a vlog. Kind of just showing you stuff. Have you picked 3 spinners you will make yet? If so, which 3? Not really. I've picked a couple, but not a third one yet, or any more. I just want to get the first 2 out of the way, or up and running, should I say. What's your favourite porn? I don't actually watch porn. Can you make a titanium cell phone case? I think I answered that. Most likely yes, at some point. I don't know if I'll sell it though. Can you say the exact list of all your machines and their names? Okay. An Omax Maxium waterjet cutter. A Top One Galaxy CNC machine with a Centroid controller. A United Engineering centrifugal barrel tumbler, a Rosler vibrating bowl vibrator tumbler, and that's it. I've only got those machines. Oh, I got a big time saver sander, but I'm just going to dump that. It's not really been shown on the videos much. Let's see. I don't know. We might be able to do this actually. We might just be able to do this. Could you post a gear list somewhere in terms of camera or other video stuff? Also, do you grade or use LUTs? I do color grade. I don't know what LUTs is. I'm assuming that's something related to that. Yeah, I'll do a sort of my setup at some point. Magnus, can I get a shout out? No. Magnus, one more. Ferrari, Lamborghini or Porsche? Lamborghini, of course. Jeez. Or other. No, Lamborghini for sure. Although, Audi R8. That would be first and then Lamborghini. Magnus, if Australia plays England, rugby or cricket, who do you cheer for? I'm from South Africa, by the way. You know what? I don't watch any sports, I don't follow them. Whoever wins is whoever wins. It makes no difference to me. Magnus, is the S or C silent in the word scent? S-C-E-N-T. To me, it would be the C, I believe. Magnus, do you think you'll ever be capable of mass production in the spinners industry? Not really. It's not the way my business is set up. I don't do like distribution or anything like that. I sell directly, and so I keep it small, keep it high end, that kind of thing. So big mass production is not where I want to go. I mean, I could, but it's not where I want to go. What piece of knowledge do you want to share with everyone watching this video? You know what? There's always things I want to share. I feel like I'm on the spot now. I didn't know that question was coming up. Really on the spot. Read more. Get perspectives. That's the thing that's changed my life more than anything else. It's getting, you know, I don't read as much as I used to, and I kind of binge read. So I'll read a whole book and then I won't read anything for weeks. But read, get other perspectives, and learn that you can change so much about your life. You're not sort of fixed how you're born or how you're sort of brought up. It's mind-blowing. My life's so different now to how I was brought up and kind of how I used to think. Sounds a bit hokey, but it's true because it's true. I've experienced it. What is the best experience you ever had? I don't know. I don't really have a best experience. Just enjoy life, and I always look. I really, truthfully, I'm looking forward to the future, enjoying a moment, and looking forward to the future. I'm not really someone who looks back at all on, you know, on achievements or anything like that. Magnus, what spinner project do you recommend for someone starting off with metal? Well, I'm biased. Titanium. Have you ever been to Las Vegas, Nevada? I have not. Because your products are very high in value, could you consider custom engravings or embellishments options? Maybe a unique name or number. Yeah, I want to do it at some point, I just not really set up for it. Can you try and make a cardboard fidget spinner? Nah, I'm sure there's other channels out there that can do that. You know, like I'm just going to do the titanium ones. A short story about your career. In what's come up to now, then I've already done that in this video for sure. Hi Magnus, I believe I'm in the top 0.05% of founding viewers. Like I'm assuming you mean the viewers who are there right at the beginning. I still enjoy your content. I'm curious about your thoughts on the oil and the coolant. You haven't used the oil in any of your videos for a while. I would think the oil would disperse heat better. My name is Byron. Ah, Byron, because your username is the Fantastic Mr. Fox. Yes, I think you were there like in the first 100 subscribers or something. You're like really familiar. I stopped using the oil because the whole place would get like, there'd be a mist of oil. You could just smell it and taste it in the air. So that's why I stopped. I want to figure out a way of doing it, because the normal coolant isn't very good for the video. I want to sort of improve that. We're getting close here, I think. Let's have a look. I think we're going to be able to do it. Magnus, are you worried about some of the questions getting weird? No, not at all. What's the fastest and most best fidget spinner you've made? I've not done any speed tests because I've just not focused on that. I've just done really kind of crude, rough prototypes. So once I start machining them properly and get proper bearings in that I'm going to be offering, then I'll do some speed tests. Lots of repeats here. You know what? Really running out of light here. There's just like a handful, so I'll answer them in the next sort of video or two, you know, intersperse it with the usual sort of daily vlog, daily video type things. I will of course leave you with a quote. It is by Plato, and he said, "Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle."